What is abundance? Well, first of all, it's not just money. When I say abundance, so often you go right to this concept of money, in your wallet or your bank account. It really doesn't have a lot to do with money because it's just all energy. Abundance is the ability to receive. That's it. The ability to receive from the I am, from yourself. Not from anyone else, not from anything else, but the ability to receive. Now, why is that such a challenge? Well, why is it such a challenge to receive from the I am? Because the I am is always giving. It's always giving and it's always forgiving. Are you going to receive what the I am is giving to you? An abundance of energy. No limitations, no holding back. And are you going to allow the forgiving of the I am for the things you've judged to be wrong, the things where you still carry guilt and shame? That's the line in the sand. Abundance is a state of being. There's nothing to do with your bank account or the size of your house or what type of car you drive or anything like that. It is a state of being. And when you're in that state of being, the energy is always there serving you, whether it be money, whether it be health, whether it be just things like creativity. The abundance is always there. The true abundance, the real abundance of the soul, are things like joy, absolute joy, life, consciousness, self-love. True abundance of the soul is to be able to take anything that's happening in your life, whether the human aspect deems it as good or bad, and realize it's just a wonderful experience of the soul. Things like your health and money and relationships, all of these are natural expressions of an abundant viewpoint of life. In other words, you don't need to focus on these. You don't need to focus on just the human aspects. The focus comes around to, again, the things of the soul, the joy of living, the absolute joy of life, the opening of your consciousness so you can see, feel, hear, touch, and sense so much more that is truly around you. And ultimately, dear friends, abundance is about self-love. One can hardly be fully abundant or fully complete if there's not a love of self. The abundance comes to you in many, many forms. Oftentimes you think of money, finances, wealth. And yes, indeed, that is one form of abundance. Abundance also comes in the form of love and friendships and relationships. Abundance comes in the form of feeling, of sensory perception, of awareness. Abundance can come to you in the form of health and rejuvenation. The gifts of life, of just simply being here on this planet. But in the end, it's all just abundance. Abundance responds directly to your desire to live, to be an embodied being here on this planet, to experience life and all that it has to hold, to go through the sensory experiences of being. What is your passion to live? What is your passion to be here? Are you choosing life? If you are, the energy comes flowing in life-giving proportions, in abundant, plentiful, and expanding proportions. It comes in terms of wealth and health, friendship, passion, a feeling of well-being. If you're not sure if you're really choosing to be here, energy responds appropriately. It holds back because you're holding back. It's responding literally to you. But if you're just choosing mediocrity, average, limited, shut down, the energy will serve you abundantly with lack. Are you passionate about life? Are you passionate about you? Are you passionate about existing? No one can make or take abundance from you. No one. Abundance is directly proportionate to your passion for life, for your passion to exist. No matter what you think, abundance doesn't come as the result of thinking, visualizing, affirming, or even laws of attraction. Abundance comes as a direct result as the passion for life, the passion to feel, to experience, and to be in the I exist. I exist. I am. I choose life. I hear that from so many of you, said in different ways. I don't have money. I don't have this. I don't have that. But you're really saying, I'm not abundant. And therefore, that's exactly what you attract. You actually attract an abundance of lack. You think in terms of abundance as just perhaps wealth or maybe love or friendships or things like that, material goods. But every one of you is abundant. Perhaps not in the way that's most comfortable to you as the human, but every one of you is abundant. I have those that come to me, talk to me at night or while driving down the road or just cuss at me and say, Adamus, I don't have a job. I'm not abundant. And I say to them, but they can't hear very well at times, I say to them, you have a tremendous amount of abundance. You have an abundance of time, particularly compared to those who have jobs that have to work a certain number of hours. What do you mean you're not abundant? You're tremendously free. You don't have to go into work at a scheduled time every day. You've got the whole day wide open to yourself. That's tremendous abundance. Actually, the thing that I would consider one of the most valuable of all is time. Time. And those who aren't working have plenty of time. There are those who say, Adamus, I have a physical ailment, I have some disease or disability. You have an abundance of lack of physical health, a tremendous abundance. What an experience to have this abundance of physical issues. Maybe it's not what you want anymore. Maybe you're tired of it. But also I ask you, and you're always not so happy, I said, maybe you're using that as an excuse. Oh, do you get mad at me about that? You have an abundance, whether it's an abundance of love from others or an abundance of no love from others, an abundance of love from yourself or perhaps an abundance of no love from yourself. But whatever it is, it's an abundance. You got a lot of it. Maybe an abundance of pain, an abundance of doubt and confusion. But you always have abundance. So let's get over this whole thing of saying I'm not abundant or I'm not wealthy or I don't have a lot of energy. Oh, no. You have a lot of energy. You have a lot of abundance. And maybe it's freedom or time or lack of responsibility. A lot of you who aren't doing anything and complaining about it, you don't have a lot of responsibility. You can kind of do what you want. Let's get over this whole thing of saying that you don't have abundance. You have a tremendous amount of it. It's really more of a matter, where do you want to channel that abundance? Where do you want to direct that abundance into your life? And you, as the soul being, can actually do that. So you have a tremendous amount of abundance, but where are you going to channel it? Where are you going to put that energy? you've already have everything built in with you, both dualities. You've got the abundance, lack of abundance. It's already there. For some reason, you're choosing the lack. Yeah, and at a certain point, you get tired of it, and you just move beyond it. Absolutely.
More to say to you.
Abundance is is more natural than lack of abundance. Absolutely. Good. Abundance. I'm going to look you straight in the eye. Abundance is directly equated with your desire to live. Wow. Directly equated with your desire to live. So it should be no mystery that so many of you have abundance problems. Why? You're not sure if you want to be here. We'll get to that in a moment. You decide you really want to be here. You decide you want to be. Suddenly you're abundant. All the energies come racing in. Energies are serving you literally right now. If you're not really sure you want to be on this planet, you're sitting on the fence, you're waiting for a breeze to come along and push you off one way or the other, and then you could blame it on the breeze, not take responsibility. That's exactly the level of energy that's going to come in to support you. Not much. Just enough to survive, just enough to live, just enough to get by. And that's where a lot of you are. It's not because you haven't figured out abundance, it's because you haven't chosen whether you want to be here or not. I'm not picking on anybody in particular here. It can be said it's about the commitment to yourself, commitment to being here. With no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Not. This is my favorite. If I win the lotto, I'll really want to be here. I'll want to stay. No, it doesn't work that way. Choose to stay, win the lotto later. You see, that's how abundance is really so simple. So very simple. It has to do with the joy of life. There is something, and you know about this, and we have talked about it, the resistance to absolutely enjoying your life. You measure it through abundance, and this is causing you great stress, as you know. But there is that something in you that won't open up and let you just enjoy life. There is past life reasons for this. There are self-worth issues for this. But you still haven't to let yourself enjoy. You say that when the abundance is there, then you can enjoy, but it is the other way around. Can you enjoy life right now? Can you give yourself that blessed gift of enjoying life? For you, it's important to ask yourself the question over and over again, can you let yourself enjoy? Part of you says yes, but there's another part that continues to say no, that continues to be cautious, that doesn't want to get hurt, that is afraid that if you open up, that if you let go of some of these walls that you have, that you're going to get hurt. This is a time of truth or consequences. This is a moment of truth for you. And this is something I would like you to work on, to consider, not just for a day or two, but until you truly arrive at the answer. Can you enjoy life? When you can get beyond the mind and honestly say to yourself yes, and honestly understand what I'm saying here, not out of desperation that you have to have the dollars to pay the rent. Can you actually let yourself enjoy living, being on earth, being in your body, being a human being? Then all of these other things come in. You understand also that when you have had money, it hasn't brought you happiness. It has brought you relief, but not happiness. When you have had the energy of abundance flowing in your life, you've found a way to turn it around and use it to actually destroy yourself. You found a way to sabotage this flow. So let's get back to the basics. Can you enjoy life? Take a look at that question over and over again. Let go of the abundance thing for now. You'll have just enough to get by until you answer that question.